I've been meaning to visit the Eden Project all the way in Cornwall, and this year I managed to do it. Now, a little bit of history about the Eden Project. It started in 1999. It was a disused clay pit, as you can see here. And I didn't just visit it, I also ran the Eden Project, which does a park run every Saturday if you're interested in getting up early and losing a few calories. And here's the proof, that's my ugly mug there. Now I will say it is also a good way of getting the kids fit and also getting into the Eden Project free. There are two biomes. There is the rainforest biome and the Mediterranean biome. So we're going to visit the rainforest one first. The main section are Central and South America, tropical islands, Southeast Asia, West Africa and the crops. I never realised how big it would be inside. It's so impressive as you walk in, and you will see different things for children and adults to do, and so much information as well if you are really into your plants. But I just couldn't help keep looking up at the ceiling. Do not worry. I know what you're thinking. Yes, these large insects, they do not live in here, so you'll be absolutely fine. Some key information. There are over 1,000 variants of plant and allow at least an hour and a half to see everything. Temperature wise, for me it was okay, not too hot, it wasn't cold. It's usually about 18 to 35 centigrade, so what I would do is wear clothing that's suitable for hot weather. With so much to look at, it's so easy to just get lost in your own thoughts. And some of these plants, you just, for many of us, we've never seen them before in real life. And what I would say is watch out for these ral partridges, which are roaming free throughout this whole experience. While we explore the area dedicated to Southeast Asia, just a few little facts. This whole big area that we're exploring in the rainforest is roughly 3.95 acres, which is massive. And it's not exactly small either. That's 240 long and 110 meters wide. What I really love is these waterfalls that you come across. These are something that you would not necessarily see indoors, and these odd sculptures as well. And now we explore the West Africa section. And I love the fact they've got all these little messages that get you thinking about what is going on in the real world. And scattered throughout you will find these tiny little lizards. I don't exactly know what species, but they're all over the place. Looking up, you'll see the viewing platform, which is limited to number of people that can actually go up at a time for obvious reasons. We're now entering the section dedicated to Central and South America. And now for an amazing experience, and that is the Rainforest Lookout. You get to see from the top down, and it might not be great if you've got a problem with heights, but if you can get up there, it is an amazing experience. The queues are not usually too bad, and if there is one, it moves very, very quickly. Now this is the cloud bridge. We hovered a few minutes before this actually started working, and when it did, it was so much fun. Everybody got excited because how often do you get the chance to walk through clouds? And this is the Wobbly bridge, which runs through the treetops, and I had to stop filming because it was just a bit too wobbly for me. And now we enter the area that's dedicated to crops, and here you'll find all sorts of plants and trees, from rubber all the way through to bamboo, vanilla, herbal teas and so on. And straight out of the entrance, this is the section which you'll have places to put your coats and somewhere to sit down and eat, as well as toilets on both floors, up and down. It's also literally, as you come out, almost parallel, you get access to the Mediterranean biome. And the really odd thing is you really do feel like you're in the Mediterranean, even though you're actually in Cornwall. And the areas are California, South Africa, Western Australia, and obviously the Mediterranean. And keep your eyes open for the liquid gold mosaic path designed by Elaine Goodwin, which curves all the way through the Mediterranean biome. Now this is interesting. This looks like another viewing platform. However, as I trot down to have a look, I realise that I can't access it and it is closed to the general public. And if it's not the smell of the chilies, it will definitely be the smell coming from the Med Terraced restaurant. And the restaurant is open daily and prices start from £4. Having resisted the restaurant and the lovely smell of pizza, we're now leaving the main entrance and we're popping outside. We're heading towards the stage and arena area. Unfortunately, on the day that we visited, it was raining. However, there were lots of places to get underneath. And we ended up in this area. Unfortunately, our kids were a bit too young for the activities, which involved den making, and there was a nice place for drinking coffee. So we stopped it and started, and we made a break for it when it cleared up a bit. Now we're visiting an area, it's almost like a circus. However, each one is themed into getting you to think more about the environment and the world we live in. So now we explore the cool gardens and enter the invisible worlds, which you will find amazing. Invisible Worlds reveals the world beyond our senses, too big, too small, too fast, too slow, too far away in space and time. The first thing you will see that dominates the space is this huge object, which is very odd. It's the Infinity Blue breathing sculpture. It pays homage to one of the world's smallest but most important organisms, and this is me trying to pronounce it, cyanobacteria. This breathing sculpture is almost 9 meters tall, almost hitting the ceiling, and weighs about 20 tons. And upstairs you will find what looks like labs, experiments, and fun things for kids to do. We're now heading into the core, which is where the seed is located. And if you don't know what the seed is, it is a huge sculpture. And it is kind of, you go through this maze and you go round and round and round until you eventually find a door and you are greeted with this. The core seed is huge. It's a 70-ton egg-shaped stone installation standing about 13 feet. 2,000 odd nodules, all done by hand. And if the pattern looks very familiar, it can be seen in pine cones and sunflower heads. We now venture back outside and we're on the lookout for the Nature's Playground, which is a relatively new facility that they are offering at the Eden Project. I've chosen not to record very much from the Nature's Playground, only because I got very self-conscious and I didn't want to get arrested filming children. And in fact, I was only wanting to record what the facilities were, so that is why there's not very much to see. I would say the play area is definitely more suited to younger children, possibly under 10 years old. We're now getting ready to go home, having spent the whole day at the Eden Project, and we're heading towards the visitor centre, which is the way out. And as we walk along, we do actually see people using the zigzag. I love the fact that even the benches have solar panels, which I'm guessing is for some sort of tour guide. As we continue to head towards the exit, these beautiful leaves have caught my attention. What a great way to fundraise. These are the bronze leaves. This is a way to celebrate, remember a special person or occasion, and it's such a clever idea. I love the fact that the leaves kind of blend in with the rocks and the greenery. And while we're on the subject of blending in, how about this beautiful living sculpture, which is made of Eden clay, mirrors, and planted with grasses. This is Eve, and if she looks slightly familiar in style, it's because her sister, the Mud Maid, is at the Lost Garden of Heligan. One thing I'll say is the gift shop is amazing. It's very, very big, has a wide range of different gifts, and if you are thinking about a souvenir, this is the best place to stop. I decided not to film because people get a bit annoyed if you're trying to film them while they're trying to make decisions on things to buy. If you want to stay informed of when I put new content up, please like and subscribe. It would really, really help me. It means that I can grow the channel, feel a bit more confident, and I know what you like and what you don't like. And see you soon.